morning we're talking about the freshman 15. It's back to school. We usually think about the smaller children, the grade school children when we talk about back to school, but let's talk about the college age kids as well. So this morning we have Dr. Chirag Panchal back with us from Orlando Health. He's a family physician, and it's good to see you again, Doc.
It's good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
We've been talking about back to school, and I imagine that you all have been busy with people trying to get those annuals scheduled and everything for the kiddos.
Very busy. It's always a busy time in the summer to get kids in physical sports participation things. A lot of kiddos.
Yeah. And what about the college students? Because they are in sort of a transition period. And I know we're going to talk about the freshman 15. And, when you first dialed in, I talked about it from the standpoint of our parents and guardians. How can we help with that transition of getting the kids off to college, but making sure that they're also good to go health wise?
Yeah, as parents, being a good role model is very important. And then also supporting your children and making those healthy habit choices, right? So you're going to college, reminding them that you want to prioritize sleep, stick to a regular schedule, support your physical and mental health, and then support your social well-being too. College is a great place to make those lifelong friendships that'll stay with you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. And so the freshman 15, this is something that we giggle about it, but there can be multiple reasons behind that weight gain. And there could also be weight loss as well. Can you talk more about that?
Absolutely. As someone who's experienced both when he went through college, there's a lot of transition that occurs when you go to college, right? Dining halls are stacked with food that you can get unlimited of, sweet treats, as you will, late night snacking. So all of these things combined can lead to weight gain, unfortunately. At the same time, as you and I were talking before, college campuses are great places to get physical activity. So, for example, I went to a very large undergraduate campus, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to walk several miles a day,
Oh, yeah.
going from classes to recreational activities. So, you can have some weight loss there too if you stay active.
Yeah, that's what I went through. I was one where I probably lost 10 to 15 in the freshman year. And then after I got to senior year and was graduating, that's when the weight came on because I was no longer walking around the campus every day. And so there are those fluctuations. So how do you how do you manage that with your college age student in terms of checking in on them, but maybe not being, you don't want to be a helicopter parent, but you also don't want to be too aloof and waiting on them to reach out because you might need to kind of keep tabs on them.
Yeah. Healthy discussions and normalizing healthy discussions, I think, are very important. Just like when you go see your doctor every year, they may do a weight check, they may talk to you about BMI. I think it's also healthy to have those conversations at home as a parent. Are you developing healthy habits? Are you keeping in mind that moderation is very important? For example, if you're of age and drink alcohol, that's an easy way to get empty calories, which can lead
Mm-hmm.
to excessive weight gain and unhealthy habits. Opening the door for those normal, healthy discussions within families, I think, is very important.
Yeah, and you touched on like the dining halls, and so there's that variation there of on campus, off campus, meal plan, no meal plan, and so sometimes you're just maybe grabbing something on the go and get into bad habits of maybe bagels every day, or maybe it's that you're, like you said, overeating at the dining hall. But do you recommend necessarily meal plans for the kids, or what's the best approach with that when you're sending them off?
Absolutely. Meal plans are very convenient, right? You've got, maybe a dozen or so options on the on college campus, so it's easy to just pop into a spot and grab something. I do recommend them for ease of use, but also developing the habit of meal planning, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, the transition from college to post-college, there are no dining halls. You go to fast food restaurants, so you want to be able to develop the skills to meal plan yourself and then also have a good, healthy relationship with when you do eat out at a dining hall or at a restaurant. What are
Mm-hmm.
some good, healthy choices that you can get?
I remember cooking with my roommates, and that was always so fun. And you're so proud of some of those dishes. Maybe you're making it for the first time by yourself, and it's like, oh, we made, lasagna or whatever. But there's there's a certain element there of managing all those levels. You talked about mental health and spiritual health and all these things. So what is it that they can do to check in with those things and take care of them?
Absolutely. Just taking care of yourself from the basics, right? So make sure that you're keeping a regular sleep schedule. That's, I think, very paramount. 7 to 9 hours a night. Make sure that you are doing intentional physical activity every day. 20 to 30 minutes, you don't need much. We all have busy schedules, even college age individuals, right? And then prioritizing healthy food options. So whole foods, 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. Hydration is very important. Stick to water. Try to avoid things like sodas, juices, and sweet teas for those sugar spikes, which can fluctuate your energy levels as well. And then, of course, good social well being. Keeping in touch with family, friends, that has been shown to be very important for overall mental health and well being as well.
And also, you can connect with your doctor, and at that point of being college age, you have a little more privacy with what you talk to your doctor about versus like maybe your parent right there with you.
Yeah, it's good to have a relationship with a doctor so that way you also have someone who understands you and is in your court, so to speak. And
Hmm.
you're absolutely right. It's good to make that transition from being a teenager where you go to the doctor with your parent to transitioning to I'm at the doctor's by myself. What are my concerns? It also develops health IQ or intuition about what should I be talking to my doctor about.
Well, Dr. Panchal, this is great advice, and it's always good to have you. Thank you for checking in with us with the college students.
Thank you so much for having me. Always great to be here.
Yes, take care.